This is BOBcast.
You know how long a beard second is?
BuffaloBrotherhood.wordpress.com.
We're going to get in here and we're going to mess around and we're going to get in trouble by somebody's parents.
Warning. Warskuing. Abusa. Isia. We know you're going to eat it, sir. We know.
Facebook.com/Buffalo Brotherhood is where you can find all the shows.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the BOBcast, the Buffalo Brotherhood. I almost went the orderly brother.
What is your deal?
I am Ryan. This is episode 44.
Buffalo Brotherhood. 44.
Episode
Walter
44.
Cronkite.
I'm 44.
I'm
tonight.
that's the way it was.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles. We're getting all sorts of spikes. Somebody's really hot.
Yeah,
Other
I
people
don't
are really
know.
quiet.
What?
What
are you talking about?
I have a solid red line. We're doing Walter Cronkite. I mean,
It was Walter Cronkite.
that's
That's
true.
why.
We get solid red lines for that. Hey, I'm Ryan. Of the the Brotherhood of the Orderly Brothers of Buffalo, and
This is why we have to put AKA on our website 1,000 times.
Every time he says something
Because
different.
we can't get it just one thing come out of his freaking mouth. Like,
The
Well,
order
I like to mix it up here.
Brotherhood of the Brotherly.
the brotherly
at least you get
order.
buffalo right. That's the important thing, I guess.
That's true.
You
that's
don't
true.
mess up the animal. You're not
That's
like
true.
elk brotherhood, like bison.
Well, I was going to say bison is the direction I always want to go. Typically, welcome to the Bobcat
you
Brotherhood.
came up with the name.
I did.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think it was me.
Yes.
No, it was
I
you.
distinctly remember being at an Indians ball game, and I wanted to go with a dinosaur theme.
I'm Mike.
And alongside me, as always, is across from me is
And that's the way it was.
that'd be Doug.
Doug.
That'd be Doug. That'd be Doug. We're all a little frisky this evening.
There's another guy too.
I know. I'm getting to him. I like
Yeah.
to touch.
He's
base
like
first.
he's like an octopeter or something.
If you're watching us on the Facebook
wave at the
video,
camera. Wave at
or the not Facebook, the
The
YouTube,
Facebook. Are you watching it on the Facebook?
Are you watching our YouTube video on the Facebook?
you
can.
are watching the YouTube video on the Facebook.
Read
you will
between the
have already
lines,
have
kids.
seen,
Read between the lines.
You will have already seen that we have a guest with us tonight. Derek is with us as always. Not as always, but as often.
As always, almost always. Like
Almost
about
always.
every third
Ooh,
show
I like
he's
that.
on. Like,
I like that T-shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
That's a good T-shirt. He knew he was going to be on TV tonight.
I've got the DC this evening.
I've got nothing.
I've got stripes.
I've got
A
man
striped
boobs.
stripe.
Stripes on my shoulder. Little Johnny Cash.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It sounded more like Waylon, but I understood where you were going.
Whatever.
I got the stars and the stripes
That's true. He
And
does.
the blood.
and the blood.
Is that seriously like a Winter Soldier sort of shirt? I mean, am I missing something? It almost looks like the Matrix. The blood almost looks
It
like
does
the Matrix.
digital. It looks digital under it.
Yeah.
I think it's just the decay of the shirt. I think it's supposed to look like that.
Oh.
It
Like
really looks
worn.
like blood.
It does look like blood. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the fall of Captain America.
Which is going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to happen. Chris
gonna
Evans will
happen.
no longer be Cap. Okay, we'll talk about all that stuff and much, much more, I'm sure, on this, the 44th episode of the Bobcat cast, right?
Bobcat.
The Bobcat.
There went
Bobcats.
the new animal.
All right,
there
all
we
right.
go.
And that's the
We
way
need
it
new
was.
T-shirts.
Good thing
feeling
that
good.
good thing that I ordered 500 of.
We need to go in and relabel those.
No, we just like with
We'll
duct
just
tape.
just scratch the S out with marker on everyone.
I think it'll be fine. I'm just messing. Just playing.
Yeah,
feeling
yeah.
good. Feeling good. Tonight this show, I guess I should say,
Right.
is the official kickoff of our Biggest Loser in the Lodge challenge. And I'm very excited for this because this is, even though it is an 8-week challenge that we're starting now and will end on March 13th,
Yes.
that everyone who's listening, everyone whose ear holes I'm now violating, can participate in. I see this as a brand new chapter in a lifelong decision.
A
for
red
myself.
letter day.
Yes.
Yes.
Fabulous.
I'll fight the good fight.
Exactly.
It's a new day, man. A A new day coming.
Yeah.
You're running up the steps.
Just gonna let it go.
Are you
man.
gonna run
Yeah.
up the steps?
Running is
Yeah.
You're
lots
gonna
of
run up the
ass.
steps, get the arms up,
Maybe in 8
get
weeks.
going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that at Trinity Church.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
And we hope you enjoyed this edition of the BOBcast
Yes.
as Apple cuts us off.
Yeah.
Apple.
Or
Hey,
whatever.
hey, I didn't do it, Mike. I didn't do it.
That was only 32 seconds, and we talked over it. We're okay.
We know your rules and we bend them to our will.
That's right.
Let's not poke the turtleneck, okay? Let's go easy on
The
it.
turtleneck.
All right. This is the kickoff of the Biggest Loser in the Lodge challenge that you guys can participate in. We just wait ourselves.
Bum bum.
Do you have like a slower, like maybe off-key version of the song? One that we could play now, and then we could save the better version of the song for in 8 weeks when we
me, Mick. Gotta cut me.
There's a. Is it 2 when she's sick and in bed, or is it 1 when she's sick and in bed, and he's talking to her like he's in the bed? He's not going to fight.
I can't.
Oh
No, 2 is the one where he's like, I ain't gonna do commercials
no!
because he couldn't act or read.
I thought that was 3.
Is that 3?
'Cause
2 is his rematch against Apollo.
right.
Right.
Because that's when he actually becomes the champ,
Right.
and he doesn't do the commercials once he's champ.
Okay.
Okay.
What is that?
It's supposed to be the Rocky Techno mix. Let me skip ahead.
It's like she said, and then Mick stands up and he's like, "So what are we waiting for?" You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Is that him or Paulie?
No, it's Mick. It's Mick. I think it's got to be 1.
I thought he died.
He dies in the third one
In
with
the
Mr.
third
T.
one.
He
Dies at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, about half an hour.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking what I'm thinking of is 2. I'm thinking it was 2. I think Adrian's in bed, and like maybe they're pregnant. Maybe they're pregnant, and he's like, "I'm not going to do it because you're not going to be there with me." And she's like, "You got to, Rock." And then he's like, "What are we waiting for?"
Talia
Yeah.
Shire.
And then
or
Mick's
whatever.
like,
Talia Shire.
he's like,
I gotta go get Batman.
On an all-new Gotham this Monday night on Fox.
Burgess Meredith came back from the dead.
We've CGI'd him completely. All right. Well, okay. Can we do this? So this kicks off the beginning of our Biggest Loser in the Lodge contest that you guys can participate in. All you need to do is email us
if only we had some theme music.
your weight. Email us because this is going to be a contest of the person who loses the greatest percentage of body fat. Now, we have excluded ourselves. We will not be losing weight for fabulous prizes. I'm hoping to lose weight to add years to my life. That's the prize I'm giving to myself. Get healthier so that I don't hurt in my feet and in my knees every day.
Sadly, this will make you last long enough for the zombie apocalypse, though.
No,
I
I'll
hope
just
to
be
live
old
long enough to be eaten. by the
You're
Walking
living
Dead.
4 years longer, and then you got 8.
I hope I'm adding more than 4 years.
Well,
Because I'm in pretty poor shape now. So I've just been motivated because we actually, again, full disclosure, I like to tell you guys when we've time traveled here. We recorded episode 40. We just ended 45. So you guys are in for a treat because that was a fantastic episode that
It
you guys
is.
will get next week. We had some special guests on here. We had a nutritionist on here in the form of Brad. And
Warner.
Brad Warner. And you guys will learn more about him next week.
2009 Mr. Indiana.
That's right.
Yeah.
2008.
I bet he
as
had
well,
some
right?
theme
the
music.
natural Mr. Indiana.
Yeah, that's right.
2008.
Yeah, I bet he did.
So Brad Warner was on here talking about nutrition and exercise and what it takes,
Right.
those small changes that we can take to make it. And then Paul, a friend of the show, Paul Hyatt, was back on the show talking about the changes that he's made in his life and the way of life that he's adopted for himself to become the what did he say? And this is the most powerful version
Most
of yourself.
powerful version of yourself.
The strongest.
The
version
strongest. We've changed it
to the most powerful.
The most power. I like
for the
that.
Bullfrog cast. We have changed it to be the most powerful. You'd say it like
it's
the
very
Emperor.
synth.
Yeah.
You must become the most
Powerful version of yourself.
And all you have to do is this.
I got you there, buddy.
Not just
Calm down there.
Edit him turning into us. And you have to do that for
Add the
19
graphic.
episodes.
Add the graphic.
Yeah.
Just like really bad. Like, you know.
Like that.
Yes.
He's over 9,000.
What? That's impossible. Goku!
He says unlimited power.
Unlimited.
Yeah.
I thought he said ultimate power.
Oh, are you talking about the Emperor?
Yeah.
I love it when they did that with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Like when he jumps up on Oprah's couch and he's
Yeah.
like, unlimited power. Yeah.
Well, I know we are jumping all over the place. We're a little scatterbrain.
Anyway,
It's
back
good.
to
We're
the
excited.
weight loss.
We're excited. This is the beginning of the what we want you to do. Okay, so get your pen and paper out now so you can follow along on this.
If you're
I-
driving, keep your hands 10 and 2, though.
No. I want to see you write this down and drive with your knee. What you're gonna do is you're gonna weigh yourself. Okay. Now, there's been some discussion about the availability of bathroom scales and so forth. You know what? You can use a Wii Fit. You can use a Wii balance board. You can stand on. You can stop on the interstate and just stand on that truck weight and ask the
Right.
guy in the booth to weigh you.
You could go to
You
the
could go-
grocery store and crawl up in the...
Lay in the
yeah.
produce basket.
Yeah, you could go to like the recycling plant where they weigh your cans and get on that.
Yeah, get on that. There are plenty of ways to weigh yourself. You could actually, there's an app for it. You just download the app and then you stand on your phone. You might have to jump twice, and it uses the accelerometer inside the phone to determine your weight. Try it. I dare you.
Right.
I dare you. Don't call me if your phone gets
Derek
broken.
believes you. Look at him. He was like,
Well, you know,
Derek was
or...
like, really?
I used the word accelerometer. That makes all the difference.
As everybody knows, a gallon of water weighs 8.34 pounds. So you could start filling up gallon jugs of water.
And make a pendulum.
Yeah, and until you balance.
You can fill up your bathtub full of water.
Do
okay.
the displacement.
Okay, here's what you can do. If
Yeah.
you don't have a scale and you want to participate, this is what you
That
do.
doesn't give you weight. That just gives your body
Hold on,
mass.
guys. I got it.
Okay, figure it out.
If you want to participate but you don't have a bathroom scale, here's what you're going to do. You're going to fill up your bathtub full of water. Leave about good 4 or 5 inches from the top. And then use a Sharpie right there in your bathtub. It'll eventually wear out. And draw a line of where the water is without you in it. And then submerge yourself underneath the water line. And then from underwater, draw the line of the new water line.
Why do you have to be underwater?
You don't
Why
have to
wouldn't
be
Because
it would
your
be
whole body has to be under the water for the displacement to be correct.
That's true.
So you, from
Because your
underwater,
head could lose weight.
you have to. I'm hoping that my head, my cheeks,
I know.
my neck.
Your
I was
jowls.
being honest.
So then draw the line, the new line, and then leave it there. And then in 8 weeks, and you measure in inches how many inches that from one line.
And
to
if
the
you
next.
do that, you win automatically.
And then in
It's a
8
terrible
weeks,
idea.
in 8 weeks, fill it back up to the original line, submerge yourself again, and tell us the difference in inches from your new displacement.
That's a dumb idea.
I'm just trying to give options. If you don't have a scale-
Whatever you do, we need your photo by the 21st, which
Right.
is this Wednesday. You need to email it to buffalobrotherhood@gmail.com or post it on the Facebook page. The ones that get emailed to us will not be shared. I want to make sure that that's clear, that if you're wanting to be involved in this, we are not going to share that information with anybody publicly. One of us
even
will have to know
privately.
that. Or privately. One of us is going to have to know it so we can figure out your the amount of percentage lost. But send it to buffalobrotherhood@gmail.com. Attach the photo. If you've got a crazy like Ninja Dark Knight 43, what's your email address, Derek?
Otaku Ninja Nerd.
There, Otaku Ninja Nerd. I don't
it
know
like
who that
Taco
is,
Bell Otaku?
so I need your name. I need your name as well, and then I'm going to save that information. We only need your beginning one, and your last photo has to be uploaded by March 18th. So I need to email to us by then, and then we will announce the results the following show. So I'm not sure what you're going to win. I don't think you need to know yet. It's all a big surprise. So
We'll make it worth your time and effort.
yeah. Oh, it's definitely going to be worth it.
It'll be worth it if they just get a little healthier.
Right.
right.
Exactly. Look at this guy. This is why we bring you on the show. This is why.
I know,
Right
and
there.
I don't have to pay you anything if nobody else is. Hey,
Right,
congratulations!
do you need some gas money?
Hey, congratulations! We just added years to your life. You have won. Good job.
There you go. So
No.
we need photos
It'll be something tangible. There'll be a material gift involved.
So we need photos by the 21st of your starting weight.
Okay, Mike. Does it have to be a photo?
Yes.
It has to.
Has to be a photo. We need to. That's
I love
that's all
every
I'm
one
asking.
of our listeners.
That's all I'm
I
asking.
trust them. Couldn't they just tell us the weight?
Here's
What
my
do you
prob-
guys think?
Here's my problem with the photo thing is, okay, you just want a photo of the weight. How do we know it's their weight?
That's true. So we're asking to be. We're being honest with this anyway.
It's up to you. Okay.
I would-
okay. I'll give it. I'll give up because there's 4 of us here. Why?
we can
Why
take
does
you.
Why does Derek get a vote? Why am I thinking that?
There's-
There's 3. There's us 3.
Photo.
Okay, so I'm outvoted. It's fine. All right, listeners, just know
No,
that
I
if you
don't
want to
care.
email
You don't
me
care?
in the subject line,
I
put Full Ride.
I trust our listeners.
Yeah,
That's true. We'll go on the honor system, but we need to know by the 21st.
Right, the
That's
starting
the key
weight,
thing.
the starting
I
weight.
got to know your actual starting weight by the 21st, and then the end date by the 18th of March. So we got 8 weeks. You're gonna know our weight every 2 weeks. I'm gonna post mine weekly on the Facebook page. I'm gonna vote.
you could go to Target and just use the bathroom scale and not pay for it.
That's
If you-
true.
I mean,
They have a scale at Target?
I'm
they-
just saying, like you're
They
gonna buy
sell
it,
them.
just lay it on the floor.
Okay, I see. Okay, gotcha.
Lay it on the floor, take your weight, put
Good
it back
job,
on the
Dad.
shelf. This is-
They also they got video game systems you can play games on too.
No.
Really?
You can just go there and play your games.
Well, I'm never going home. I'm going to stay at Target. Jeez.
And they've got beds there too, just and food.
Right.
they got
you know?
they got everything.
They do. Do you think they'd
they
mind
have
if we just
beds
lived
at
there?
Target?
Day
Probably
beds.
futons.
Yeah, they got futons around August, October.
Or like
Yeah.
college.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
buy a futon.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been down that middle aisle of Target.
Yeah, you have. Listen, how many runs to Target do you think you've done?
Hashtag Target run or something.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know.
because we buy all our formula at Target, so it is a easily
Should have told us that beforehand. We all could have bought stock in Target.
week by weekly situation going there. So
I don't know. We go there and we have nothing else to do, but we spend less money at Target than probably every other store.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't. You're a smart ass tonight.
What? I just said that was interesting.
Hey,
Well,
Doug time traveled today.
That's true.
Yeah, give
So
me a
did
break.
He
I did-
double time traveled.
Yeah, I
You did
double
too.
time
You were
traveled.
sitting there. If they watched half the video that we got of
I
it,
think
I
he was
moved.
referring. I think he was referring to the flight from
Yeah.
the
3
West
hours
Coast.
in the
Yeah.
future.
Oh,
he literally time
he
traveled.
truly did. That's true. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Not just in the sense of podcast trickery.
Yes.
I picked him up at the airport, and I was really worried about the parking at the terminal thing. There was like nobody there.
No, I told him not to worry about it. I'm just
I was afraid, like, if I was set there for like longer than 2 minutes, there was going to be like someone like, you gotta go. You gotta get out of
White
this.
zones are for loading and unloading only.
That's what I thought.
I worry about that too.
This was
I
the
got
first
there and
time
I
I'd
sat there like
flown
10
since
minutes.
the TSA was really introduced.
Really? What time? When did you come back from Washington? What year
No,
was that?
in 2007 I was in New York, but I hadn't flown. I'd driven everywhere since then, so I hadn't actually gone through the security.
Yeah.
So
So you did-
2007.
At Indianapolis, you have to stand in the thing, and,
yeah,
it,
I
and
stood.
it spins around.
I
you.
stood in the thing. So
Take your shoes off and
But-
laptops out of bag and all that stuff.
it was not. It really wasn't that bad.
No, it's
but
quick.
you can do
Indy's
the
quick.
TSA. I think I'm going to sign up for this TSA pre-check thing. I'm going to look into it. But literally, it's basically like how it used to be. You just, oh yeah, okay, go through the metal detector, and you don't take off your shoes, you don't take off jackets, you don't pull anything out of the bags. It's like it used to be. So it's pretty much just turned into a money-making scheme.
They
Pretty much.
randomly pull you out to swab your hands.
I didn't see any.
I
of
got
that.
swabbed in Indy, and I got swabbed every single time. Now that I think about it, and I was traveling with other people, and none of them ever got swabbed. Where they swab your hands, I think they're looking for gunpowder residue. I think I don't know what else.
Do you
they'd
just
be
look
looking
like a
for.
guy that has gunpowder on his hand?
I don't know, but they pull you aside and say, stick out your hand. They run this thing across it and stick it in a machine. They say, okay, you're good.
I think it's a masturbation machine.
Yeah.
Has this guy touched his junk?
Ooh. I don't know. I don't want to know who else's hands that thing ran across. I don't know if they open like a specific thing or just use the same one. I don't know. Ugh.
Last time I was on a plane was in 2008. The only thing I had to do differently than the time before was take my shoes off. I didn't have to go through.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's
they
when
were
I went. All you did was take your shoes off.
Yep.
You just went through the metal detector and then wand and yeah. So
Now it's like belt off. Anything metal, you got to take it off.
Jesus.
Yeah. But actually, Indy is super quick. I was impressed because
the one I went through at LAX was real. It was like 3 or 4 minutes and we were through. So it wasn't terrible.
the one that took the longest for me was Vegas. Vegas took the longest that I've had to go through. But anyways,
I haven't flown in 2 decades, so it all sounds fantastic, guys.
Yeah.
See, so what do you guys plan on doing to lose all your weight?
Oh, so we're kicking it off right now? Well, my biggest plan here is I'm giving up the soda pop,
Yep.
nutrition wise. My wife and I are going on a strictly white breast chicken
raw diet.
For our protein. Chicken breast, grilled chicken breast for our protein, and then adding a lot more vegetables and grains and so forth. Substituting anything that may have been questionable with something maybe just a half step healthier.
Right.
I mean, not going crazy, not going nuts. I've gotten in this horrible habit
Nuts
of
are good
not.
for you, though.
Well, yeah, good call. I've gotten this horrible habit lately of not.
You know what a really
eating.
good brand of nuts is?
Yeah, what's that?
D's.
You walked right into that one there, bro.
Anyway, continue.
I don't get it. Explain it to me. Just trying to make positive. I've gotten this really bad habit of not eating until after school. So like, I don't eat lunch. I don't eat breakfast. And when I get home, and it's sort of like what you're going to talk about in the future, I get home and it's like at 4:00, and I start with a couple bologna sandwiches, and then I'm eating bologna sandwiches while I'm making dinner, and then we're making dinner, and then we're eating hamburgers. I'm having a couple hamburgers, and then we're having French fries with the hamburgers, and then the kids go to bed, and I'm having a bag of popcorn or a bag of potato chips, little bags,
Sure.
bags.
Bags.
Plural.
But I've gotten a really bad habit of basically consuming all of my 4,000 calories within a 6-hour period before bed.
Yeah.
So this past week here, sort of leading up to what is today our kickoff, I started incorporating some breakfast. I started incorporating some lunch, but I still get home from work and I am a mess.
Yeah, see, that's been my problem too. I've gotten into the habit now of really not eating consistent lunch, and
Yeah.
it affects you.
We haven't been to lunch together in a long time.
Yeah.
Because you've been in crazy meetings and all that
Yeah, I
stuff,
haven't
but-
been eating lunch, period.
Yeah. You need to
And
start taking
I
lunch together.
hardly eat breakfast. So
I'm switching it up, man. I thought we'll talk.
how
it's
radical
next
are you going
week,
to
but-
switch it up?
Huh?
How radical?
Oh, I'm changing. As everyone will find out next week what I have been eating. I just
Radical.
It's going to be different.
Yeah. Well, that's what you get when you sit down with a world-class nutritionist like that.
Yeah.
Like,
He
This
gets
is gonna, this episode is going to be such a good build up for next week,
Yeah.
and next week is so good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I thought that when we finished that show, I was like, man, this is going to.
This is what happens when you have real experts on.
Yeah,
He made me want to sit there. Just the way he was describing things. It's like he had an answer for everything too, and
Right.
it was like,
You mean he will have an answer?
yeah,
for
he will. Yeah.
So here's my suggestion: listen to the show now, enjoy us, and we're gonna talk about some Marvel movie news. We're gonna talk about some other stuff that's been out recently, some video game announcements that I'm excited about. Our normal before the break kind of affair, but listen to next week's show when 45 comes out, then come back to 44, and then all the stuff we're talking about now will make perfect sense.
Right.
Yeah. Well, what do you before I move on? So I talked about what I'm going to do to change things up. Doug, how whole hog are you going to get?
It's going to be hard with my schedule that's coming up, but big thing's going to be the primary focus will be diet first, and then getting as good an exercise routine built in as I possibly can.
Right.
So Paul will keep harassing me.
I think
So-
exercise is going to be my focus now.
We
And once I start notching in the exercise, I think that'll drive me to want my nutrition to be better.
might
Yeah.
lose you on a couple next episodes if you're traveling as much as you are.
Yeah, I don't
If
know.
the flight plan happens.
Well, you've always got other guests that can fill in. So
Like that guy,
Well,
right?
They can
Sure.
come in, but
Yeah.
they're not filling in, Doug.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to fill the void.
right. It's
Well,
a big,
hopefully,
it's a big
hopefully in
void.
8 weeks it's going to be a much smaller void.
It's a shrinking void.
Yes. It's a red star that's going to collapse and then burst into a black hole.
And then just start sucking. That's a good analogy for a diet, You get smaller and smaller, and then it just kind of goes flat and then explodes.
And then
And
you
you just start
suck
sucking it.
everything
I
in.
gotta have those nutty bars and fudge patties.
They just found two supermassive
They're
black
called
holes circling each
fudge
other.
rounds, by the way.
I like fudge patty better.
I saw that.
A supermassive black hole.
No, two of them. Orbiting,
Two of them, yes.
Orbiting one another. Which sort of throws some science under the bridge there.
It makes me uncomfortable to think two black holes like going at each other like that. I'm thinking it's going to they're going to suck each other in and it's going to flip the world.
It's okay.
We'll go to Bizarro world.
Haven't you seen Interstellar?
No.
No.
Oh, you
I
haven't
have.
seen it yet? Yeah, it's okay. If
I
you
need
fall
to see
in
it. Okay.
So
I wanna see
It's worth
that.
a watch.
That's a movie I want to see.
But seriously, I mean, there's people that are very concerned about this because before a black hole was considered to have zero mass whatsoever, and for them to be orbiting one another, there has to be some mass or forces at work that was otherwise unknown, which is really interesting to me because we still, to me, I still see us as an intelligent race that's becoming more intelligent. So I just sort of took the whole science behind black holes as sort of science. That's all right. We have studied black holes. We figured them out. That makes sense. Everything that they're saying makes sense in my head as it basically being a super area of gravitational pull feeding in upon itself. And then now it's like, wait a minute. Now it's changed.
well,
And-
maybe one's just more super than the other.
and then they're circling down a drain.
Probably.
And then there's another.
Sometimes you see that when you're draining the dishwasher. You might get a double
That's
tornado.
a lucky day.
Yeah,
That's a lucky day to get two tornadoes.
yeah.
That's great.
Kind of like a double rainbow.
Well,
A double rainbow.
one thing I wanted to talk about.
Hold on.
Is he getting to it?
Derek was in the middle of another idea, I thought.
You were?
I just read something today that was kind of interesting. There's a bullet galaxy that's just tearing through other galaxies.
Is it coming our way?
How? That's just,
I don't think we got to worry about it. We'll run into Andromeda probably
that's
faster
rude.
than that.
That's just rude.
Okay. What?
That galaxy would do that to another galaxy.
It is very rude.
Although it did probably have 50 billion light years to move out of the way.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Yep.
true.
It's like Will Ferrell getting
I'm
run over.
coming. Here I come.
Sorry, I find space fascinating. Like the pillars, that's the pillars of dust. They're not really there anymore.
The pillars of creation.
Creation, yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Boy, I messed that
Come
up.
on. You know what you're talking
So-
about, man. Are you
Yeah.
you really think you got what it takes to host this show?
I don't.
Okay.
So, I'm going to name some movies.
Call up Van Brun.
Call it man. Derek's being promoted or demoted.
Demoted.
I'm going to name some movies. Tell me if you've seen them.
No.
American Sniper,
No, but I want to. That's
No.
that. My
I'm
wife.
going
just
to
like
see
My
that
wife
Sunday.
wants me to take her.
Birdman,
Nope. No desire.
Boyhood.
No.
Is that the one that was filmed over a
Over
10-year period of
yeah.
time?
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
Grand Booth, Pest Hotel.
Love
yes.
Okay.
It was. We saw it, and it is
great.
hilarious.
Yep.
Imitation Game.
Nope.
Have no idea.
Who's in that?
I don't know. Selma.
Nope.
Nope.
Hayek.
Has it even out
The
yet?
Theory of Everything.
No.
I want to see the theory of everything.
Are these all movies? where
Whiplash?
These are Oscar movies.
Oscar
Anybody
movies?
seen Whiplash?
Uh-uh.
No.
Nope.
There we go. This is the first year for
So
me.
the Grand
that I'm
Budapest
I'm
Hotel is
thinking-
going to win best motion picture.
This is the first year for me that all these movies seem to be not even out yet.
Really? Did you watch 12 Years as a Slave?
No.
Oh well, that was last year.
I know that one. But what
Selma
I'm saying
came
is
out.
that
Selma's out.
Yeah, they're all out
Okay.
right now, but it just seemed like I was like, I haven't seen any
What
of
is
those.
Selma?
It's the Martin
Martin
Luther King movie. You haven't heard about that?
It was
Is
Selma.
it Salem?
Selma. No, that's the witches.
Yeah.
That's probably what the people in Selma wanted to do. They wanted to do a Salem.
Well, those are all the movies up for best
Picture.
picture.
So it'll be Selma.
Well, maybe. I
Why?
don't know.
Well, what?
You just said it was going to be Grand Budapest Hotel.
It should be.
Yeah, right.
I want to see.
Yeah, it should be. I'm
So,
sure.
how do we feel? Did The Hobbit get snubbed?
No.
No, but Lego Movie did.
Lego movie?
The Lego Movie did get snubbed. It didn't make the list for animated.
Box
But there's
Trolls
a
did.
lot of There's a lot. Hold on, let me get to that. Animated: Big Hero 6,
Yeah,
The Box Trolls,
sure.
How to Train Your Dragon 2,
Absolutely.
Song of the Sea,
No.
No.
and The Tale of the
Princess
Princess
Kaguya.
Kaguya.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. I can't believe that they
We're
put
putting
that.
anime in this?
Hey, Spirit Away won once.
I'm not saying. Okay. all
It's
right.
animation.
So those are all the
Doesn't
animated
Japan
movies.
have its own Oscars?
Yeah.
Shouldn't that be in like a
Foreign film.
foreign film category?
Yeah, probably.
If it ain't English, it ain't.
It ain't English.
Let's
English.
all of us just stop. Let's stop.
What?
Let's do a little moment of silence that How to Train Your Dragon 2 wins.
I love that movie.
Because it's amazing.
It was good.
It's as good as the first one.
I thought it was better than the first one, but I haven't seen Big Hero 6.
I
It's
haven't
okay.
either.
I haven't
wanna
seen
see
I've
any
seen
of
it.
them.
And I heard
Big
the
Hero-
Box Trolls is really good.
Really?
I've heard that.
God, I have no desire for that.
I want to see the theory of everything. I'm pretty sure I will cry my eyes out at that movie.
Okay, that's a Stephen Hawking movie, right?
Yes.
Did you know?
Oh, that might win.
Benedict Cumberbatch played him in a movie once.
Yeah.
And have you seen that?
The Cumberbatch.
It's
I knew
pretty
he
good.
did.
It's pretty
He
good. You can
strikes
watch
again.
it on
The
YouTube.
Cumberbatch.
It's called Hawkins, isn't
And
it?
Whiplash.
Yeah, it's on Netflix too.
Okay.
Whiplash is about a jazz drummer.
Okay.
I want to see that really bad.
The Cumberbatch.
Let's just
I'm the only one
go
that's
on record
interested.
for me to say that I'm not interested in any movie that's.
Birdman? You don't want to see Birdman?
I do.
No, I don't.
If it was
I don't.
Harvey Birdman.
Do you know what it's about, right?
Yeah, I know what it's about. It's about basically Michael Keaton saying that Batman ruined
It's
his
supposed to
movie
be
career.
amazing. I have it. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, though.
How
I need
do
to
you
watch it.
have it? It's not out yet.
Yeah, it is.
It's out on DVD already?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, how did you buy it?
I have the ability to watch it.
Incriminate yourself.
I didn't incriminate myself. You're the one that called me out.
I don't
You know,
think it's out yet.
The Cumberbatch sounds like something that should be in Alice in Wonderland. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, like the Jabberwocky.
Yeah. Well, there's the Bandersnatch, so it could be the Cumberbatch. Could be its
Cumberbatch.
its enemy.
Whatever.
What? I'm just
Can't
saying.
we just give
Hey,
the
guess what?
Oscar
Guess what?
to the trailer?
Oh, no, that's
for
February
Star
17th.
Wars.
That was going to come out yesterday, but
I'm
it
sure.
doesn't.
You know, if it was up to popular culture, yes,
Let's just give it to the Star Wars trailer.
and be done with it.
Yeah, it's the best piece of cinema that's been out this year.
This year?
Last year.
Yeah,
Well-
last year. Hey,
Probably
speaking
this
of
year, too.
trailers, how we feel about the Ant-Man trailer?
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't watched
You
it
haven't
yet?
watched it?
No, I
it got
haven't.
posted
Please,
to our
are
page.
you working? Are you working all the time or what? It's on your phone, man. You just had a 4-hour
No,
flight.
I was going to watch it, but then I started seeing Facebook posts about it being underwhelming.
Yeah.
So I was just
I didn't
like,
think so.
Or you could. We gotta discuss this part first.
The marketing.
Yeah, before.
talk about the marketing?
Yeah. Let's talk about the beginning of this.
Talk about it.
Okay.
The first trailer came out was
Well, the first poster came out was an ant-sized poster. It was the poster of the movie Itty bitty 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 for ant-sized people. Itty bitty 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 for ant-sized people to watch. And then the poster came out.
right.
And then they released
They released the first teaser.
ant-sized
Yes,
teaser?
Yes.
an ant-sized tweet. It was a teaser. So it was a big white screen with this little bitty picture of just pixelated dots.
And-
like the weird thing is
Did they make the sound like? Did the
have-
sound sound
The
different?
sound, I don't think there. I
there
don't remember the
wasn't
sound.
any
I don't think there
sound.
was.
There wasn't
Yeah.
any sound.
I never.
If there was, it was very low.
Well, the thing is like I mean, it was small. Like
Yeah. You couldn't see it.
You couldn't see it, and in my mind, I'm like, that's just a bunch of pixels moving around. It's not. There's no way that there could be any resolution of that little bitty picture to even make sense. But then you saw the real trailer, and I was like, oh yeah, I've seen this before. I feel like my brain has become so conditioned to watch superhero trailers that it was somehow able to translate that ant-sized trailer in subconsciously inside my head.
Well,
You're a
is there
superhero.
like a pose of him like with like ding, ding, like some music, and he's just like looking, and then there's something catastrophic happening? Like
No, they
okay.
missed that one. But
All right.
but I'm just
That's-
telling you, like
The
when I
slow-mo
watched
kind
the
of,
real
yeah.
trailer, I was like, oh yeah, okay, all right. Like the ant-sized trailer and the real trailer in my mind somehow made sense. Now I'm not saying I still agree that the ant-sized trailer was just pixels moving on a screen.
Probably.
It's a good idea, though. It was a good
Yeah.
publicity
Was
stunt.
it though?
It's
Was it?
funny.
Is it though? Because that's what
To be honest, that's the first. This is the first I've heard of it.
And then Entertainment Weekly just
I haven't
released.
heard of
Ant-Man is on the cover of Entertainment Weekly this week, and
In
Is
his
it
costume?
tiny Ant-Man? or?
his legs are ant-sized, but they've put a magnifying glass over it, so then like his legs are tiny, but then he's normal sized Paul Rudd inside the magnifying.
Yeah.
See, here's what they're gonna run into. That's kind of clever at the moment, but it's a gimmick, and if they keep that up before the movie comes out, it's gonna get boring and stale, and it's not gonna be as funny.
So is Ant-Man going to be the first one to
the
bomb?
Taco Bell marketing campaign
I
will
hope
be
not.
a bunch of white cups with little bitty print around the outside, and that'll be the ant-sized theme cup.
And the print will say, "Our meat really isn't meat." You'll never know.
Trailer itself. We just confirmed things we already knew. We knew that Paul Rudd was not playing Dr. Prim himself. You know,
Right.
He's playing the second version of Ant-Man, which is I thought when Kirkman did the Ant-Man run in the comics and used that as sort of his entry point, I thought that was a good idea. So I think doing the same.
They're going to
in the
use
movie is a good
anything
idea.
they can, Kirkman, because Kirkman sells right
He's
now.
gold right now.
Yeah.
That's not an original Kirkman idea to have somebody else wear the suit, is it?
No, but that story idea of it is, I think.
Well, the stories are very different because the Ant-Man in the comic book, the Kirkman read down, he was basically a bad guy, and I don't know if that's the same thing that we're getting of the Paul Rudd video.
He might have set it
Movie?
up. What I'm saying is Kirkman kind of set that idea up, so they're going to use anything like that for Kirkman.
We'll just keep saying Kirkman. We're talking about Robert
Sell-
Kirkman,
it's
the writer of the Walking Dead comics, and he did a few things for Marvel as well before he fully committed over to Image. But
Based on that trailer, and I'm probably going to be wrong, but I feel like Michael Douglas, who's playing Hank Pym,
yeah,
I have a feeling that they're going to make him Yellow Jacket.
yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. That's a
Wait.
possibility.
Why?
Exactly why?
No, I'm asking you. Why do you get that feeling?
Why do I get that feeling? Just the way he talks in it and stuff, and just the way his demeanor is. I don't know. I just felt like as I was watching, I was like, okay, he's gonna be the bad guy because they didn't show any kind of villain.
Yeah, it did. When
Did
we
they?
saw the to me, like, it was really interesting because we had like the Hank Pym Industries, like the
Yeah.
lab that was like in like the basement, and he had to like power like the big turn knobs, and everything sort of looked real and very Tony Stark engineered from the earlier Iron Man movies. But then like at the split screen, you had the very clean looking, like the corporate offices, and you had people walking around in suits and bald guys, and a woman is probably going to be Wasp or something at some point. But I got the feeling that they are the bad guys. They're going to be the bad versions of Prim technology.
Like where I'm going with this is like it seems like when I think of Michael Douglas, I don't think of a hero ever. Anything I've ever seen him in, he's not a very heroic person, but he's very sly and sneaky. Kind of like what they did with the first Iron Man when you got help me out, the dude.
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges,
Jeff Bridges.
To be Obadiah, but
Yeah.
Rooster Cogburn.
I think that's been done,
Right.
and I think they would avoid that. To me, everything that's going on in the Marvel Universe leads to something else, and this Ant-Man movie is a way just to get Prim and Prim particles into MCU. I don't think anybody's crying out for Ant-Man.
Yeah, there's the bad guys. I'm watching it.
I don't think
bald dude.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's crying out for Ant-Man to be part of the Avengers, but historically he has been, and it's sort of like the whole Spider-Man move. I mean, they just want to do it. They want to get it in there, get that part of the mythos. So I think that's the reason we have an Ant-Man movie, and I still stay that Ant-Man, if it's not going to be Doctor Strange, which it could be, but I think Ant-Man's where the bubble burst. I think Ant-Man is where we don't make the money back.
I think so too.
Depends on how much money we make. But my 6-year-old son, I had him come in and watch the trailer. And my 6-year-old son was not excited. He wasn't interested. He wasn't, and I believe like his comment was like, "So he rides an ant?" Like he didn't get the whole. Like you see full-size Ant-Man running towards a door at full speed, and the door is too close to stop. And everybody that knows Ant-Man knows that, well, at the last moment, he's going to turn ant-size and fit underneath the crack.
Right.
But that, like, and if somebody reads the comics or has read comics or is familiar with it, yeah, that makes perfect sense, and that's why it's there. But for a 6-year-old or my wife, who I'm only going to go see the movie if she's going with me, they're like, why is he going to run through that door? I mean, they're not seeing the homage.
Like to gauge interest by the number of YouTube views. A lot of times, and Marvel, the Avengers 2 trailer that just came out, the official channel, 22 million views. Ant-Man's official one, 2.2 million.
Well, I just think nobody knows. Like, Ant-Man is still sort of an unknown, and if.
Which is nuts because he's been around forever.
And Guardians was an unknown.
That's true.
But you look at the Guardians trailer versus the Ant-Man trailer, and they are behind the 8 ball on this Ant-Man thing. Like it is not going to bode well.
I'm afraid from just the little bit of shots that I've seen of him small, I'm afraid it's going to be very Honey, I Shrunk the Kids-ish. I'm not joking. Like, I'm afraid like
that makes sense.
I'm afraid that they're gonna do the dirt too much and like do things like make it too silly, kind of like too detailed, so detailed in making him small that it makes me feel too
the uncanny valley.
No,
type thing.
Maybe I don't know.
I mean, like blades of grass that are so textured because we're not looking at just a single blade of grass. We have to look at the ridges and the little hairs
and stuff like
that.
He's
got a sick baby ant that he has to nurse back to health.
Right,
with the power of an oatmeal cookie.
Right. But it just makes oatmeal cookie sounds good.
Boys, stay strong. Stay strong.
Imagine a giant. Wasn't it huge? And they were just like sticking their arms in it and just eating the whatever
you wouldn't be able
goo.
to do it though. You realize that, right?
What?
Because your body, the sugar would be so big, and the particles of food. I don't think you could break it down small enough for you to actually ingest it.
I'll try it.
You'll shrink yourself down.
No, that's an old me. This is a new me. I'm not doing that. But anyway,
right.
Anyway, this is not a discussion of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, though as fascinating as it may be.
I'm just afraid that's going to be the case.
But that's what I've been saying from the get-go. I've been saying Ant-Man.
I don't want it to flop, though. I don't want it to because
one of them has to. One of them has to.
Well,
I wanted that to be Black Panther.
It may not. Why?
Because he's racist, apparently.
Why?
Why is it got to be Black Panther, Mike?
Because all the other movies sounded really good to me.
Doctor Strange sounds good to you.
Benedict Cumberbatch again.
They announced at
the Cumberbatch
at the Golden Globes. They announced what's his name from 30 Seconds to Mars and Fight Club and Jared Leto. They announced him as being one of the guys from the Suicide Squad. That movie doesn't come out for another year.
2.
And they lost help me out, Bane. He's not going to be in it anymore.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. He's left already.
See, that's weird that
he returned
that they announced a guy like that. Like that. I don't know. I found that strange. Is it strange?
Well,
it's strange because it just bodes the fact that again, this is nothing but we're trying hype and press over content.
Yep.
We're trying hype and press over content. Okay, we watched the Avengers 2 trailer. Everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody? Doug, did you
the
see
new
it?
one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. we learned absolutely nothing new
Right.
from the teaser trailer.
Right.
All we got was more Hulkbuster
Yep,
shots.
that's true.
And
I don't even know if maybe a fraction of a second more.
yeah, that's true. But
Do you? But
nothing new.
Right.
The
But do
teaser
you-
trailer was so well put together that gave us glimpses to all the different possible storylines that was going on in the movie. And then when they give us a full size trailer, it's just violence.
is it our fault though? Is this our fault?
We asked
Yes,
for
it
it.
is. It is the Brotherhood's fault.
Is it the fan base? Is it the fan base's fault that these things are going to fail because of the hype? Because we want so much so early that we caused
What
this.
fans were screaming out for Ant-Man though?
Exactly.
I don't think
Mikey.
any fans were screaming for.
Well, what
them.
I'm saying,
I think Derek's right. I think they're just making a movie to try to introduce a plot element that they need in another.
By the way, that was me,
because
not Derek.
Oh,
they
okay.
can't use.
I'll
me
I'll
to-
take the credit
All
for it,
I'm
though.
right.
All right, but regardless, yeah, they're
See how
gonna.
it goes, Derek?
And they're like, well, if we make some money off of it, then fine.
So we can't use the word mutants. So let's get this involved, and
What-
so go
and-
that route.
Now they're introducing the Inhumans.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's all in there, and they actually put that into the Shield TV show.
Right.
So
Did anybody watch the 1 hour special?
of
The one chick?
Peggy
no,
Yeah.
I
Carter
didn't
or
get to.
whatever.
Agent Carter.
Yeah, Agent Carter.
Yeah.
I have not seen it.
Nope.
I don't even
watched it.
watch Shields anymore. Like
Yeah.
I feel like my Marvel bubble is slowly starting to erode and bust. I'm still excited for Avengers 2.
Right.
I'm still excited for the A titles, the AAA titles, I guess.
Right.
And if we look at them like video games, that does make a lot more sense to me. You have sort of the AAA layer that people want to play. That maybe that's not a good analogy anymore because AAA titles and video games have really gone downhill.
Uh-huh.
But you have that you have the blockbusters, but then you sort of have the filler spots. And then below that, you even have the TV spots. And then below that, you have Ant-Man. And I think with all of that in mind...
Jeez, man. You're being rough on
I just
one
think-
trailer for a movie.
I just think that superpower, it pushes boundaries of like audiences, like really connecting
How
to
cool.
that.
Hold on.
Man,
Hold
I wish
on.
I could be super...
A
Well, okay.
god doesn't do that?
No.
No, a
he's saying,
god's like, whoa,
we want to do that. We want to be that.
the mythos of
Yeah.
the god.
Let's not get back into that.
But or Star Lord?
But again, okay,
But he's not really a
Star-Lord's
superhero.
Star-Lord, well, he
Will be.
He
Yeah.
has powerful
yeah,
blood
yeah,
in his
yeah.
veins. But okay, I agree with Doug. And I was going to say that earlier when we were bashing on Ant-Man, but I wanted to pull away because I could see you were getting upset. I didn't want you to cry in front of all the YouTube people.
They can't see me.
Cry away.
We need
Like-
an
like-
automatic, like,
zoom in on Mikey's single
the
tear.
tear.
Come down. Ant-Man's powers go beyond just him getting really
Right.
small. He also has the ability to call and talk to ants and other sort of like ant-like insects.
And there's something else we're forgetting about Ant-Man.
And then he gets the power. He gets 10 times his strength when he's coming out of his Ant-Man size, right? And that's the way it's, like when he's tiny ant size, he still retains the same amount of power that he has as a full size man. So you may not be that cool to have an ant sized guy punch you in the jaw, but when that punch is coming from a strapping full size dude at that one very small point, it can do some really You see how silly it sounds when I'm explaining it. I mean, and that's why the movie. Nobody wants that power, Doug. I think you keyed into it 100%. I want to be Thor. I want
Right.
to be the son of.
I wanna be Captain
Odin's son.
America.
Here's the question I've got.
I want to be Iron Man.
Right.
Nobody wants to be Ant-Man.
Right.
Well, here's the thing.
Do you want to be Ant-Man, Mike?
I mean, that would be cool.
Let's say Ant-Man does well. Let's say it does well.
I want to be Magneto.
What does that lead into? Is the sequel going to be Ant-Man 2 or Giant Man?
I don't think it's going to do well.
It's
we'll
not
just
going to
take it
do
over
well.
the
It
news.
really isn't.
I think
It's
it'll make a little. It'll get the initial kick. It'll
Well,
cover the cost
The
of
thing
making
is,
the
he's
movie.
the same person.
It can add. Well,
Right,
this is what
right.
we're doing. It's going to add him
Wait,
to Avengers
it's the
3.
same person because
Hank Pym is Giant Man and Ant-Man.
yeah,
Right.
because he just changes.
It
his
will
size.
add him to Avengers 3, and possibly the villain from that movie could move into the Avengers.
Why didn't
area.
they just call him Change His Size Man?
Changes size, man. Sizable, scalable man.
Scalable man. Champion of industry. Scalable man. Taking your operations to the next level on a global and intergalactic scale.
Why didn't
Giant
they do a Quick
Apache,
Flash
he's
movie?
DC,
Because they
isn't
put
he?
him in the
Huh?
Avengers.
He's
movie?
DC,
Or
isn't it?
Quicksilver,
The
I'm sorry.
Apache?
Okay.
Apache Chief?
Apache
Oh.
Chief is DC, isn't he?
DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
That's
Yep.
what I want to see. I want to
Yep. Chup.
see the Apache Chief versus Giant Man movie.
Speaking of Harvey Birdman earlier, the episode with Apache Chief in it was probably the best. Did you ever see that one? Watch it sometimes.
Yeah. Go get to the run of Harvey Birdman.
It'll be on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
And find the Apache Chief.
It might be on Netflix.
yeah.
Because they've got a
It's
bunch of
true.
Comedy Central
Anyway.
or Cartoon Network shows.
I just think it's pushing it.
Okay, so Latino Review magazine or newspaper, I guess it is, right? Is that what it is?
I think it's a website.
yeah.
Could be just a website. Announced that, and they put this in bold print that this may be a leak, this may be a lie, but sources that we trust say that it's going to be so. Say that Marvel's going to go ahead and put Spider-Man in a movie, even if they don't have a deal with Sony. And I think, Derek and I was talking about it before, and I'll just throw out my theory here. I think they're going to go ahead and do it, and they're just going to let the courts decide how much it's worth.
Sony denies this.
Right.
I
Well,
guess that was
Sony's
put out yesterday.
saying they're not going to put Spider-Man in the movies regardless. And during the leaks, there was a document found that basically Sony said, you can use Spider-Man
Right.
if you make 3 movies for us and let us handle the distribution.
We talked about that.
Which Marvel said no. Now it seems like Marvel's going to say we're going to put Spider-Man in the movie regardless, and you're just going to have to sue us, and then we'll let the courts decide how much it's worth or how much we have to pay you back.
That's a really good idea because they're going to make so much money by putting him in the movie, and then the court will probably agree to a smaller sum than what they will bring in on the movie.
Well, considering how we're talking like billions of dollars to buy properties now,
Right.
the courts are not going to be. I mean, they may. It could be $1 billion lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
But now, once we've got precedent set, or once or maybe they change the character of Spider-Man
Right.
enough, which is what the other point that we were making or we're talking about. They've introduced 2 mutants into the MCU. They've introduced Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, which they need for the Battle of Thanos, right? No,
No, I don't think they need them.
they need
Only
them for the Infinity
Quicksilver.
Gauntlet,
Right.
right? I mean, that's why
Right.
that's why they're there.
Right.
That's why everybody's in any of these movies right now.
But I'm saying that they need them. They need them to for the storyline that was established in the comics. They need them for the Infinity Gauntlet, and they need just like they need Spider-Man for the Civil War, the Civil War,
Right.
and that's what they're building to after this. For Phase 3, but so they went ahead and taken 2 mutants, which have been historically Fox's property. Fox
Yep.
has the mutants. Fox has X-Men. And Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch have both appeared in Fox movies.
Yeah.
Right?
Scarlet Witch, no.
Maybe Scarlet Witch, no, but Quicksilver
Yeah.
definitely has.
Yes.
But they've pulled them out and they've put them at the end of Captain America 2. We know they're going to be featured prominently in Avengers 2. And I think they're going to start setting precedent that even though these characters have the same names, they've twisted their powers a little bit. They've twisted their
Right.
origin story a little bit, and in so doing, they can say that it's enough different from what you guys are doing that we can put them here. And I think that's just laying the groundwork essentially for their defense.
There's going to
For their
be
case of
there's going to have
Spider-Man.
to be a legal battle fought because the argument can be made that the character is different enough and Marvel is owned by Disney. And with the multiple they could a multiple universes that their character is part of a different continuum
Franchise, timeline.
different franchises. This one is different, and it's different enough that it's unique and stands upon its own. So
Because what's in a name?
Well, and
honestly.
another thing is, I don't know how deep it goes, but could Fox use, or not Fox, but Marvel use the Scarlet Spider?
I
I mean, is that owned by Sony?
I think if it's called Peter Parker,
We had this pulled up.
Well, that'd be Ben Reilly.
We had this pulled up, and
Yeah.
it was like, who owns? It was like who owns what superhero? What superhero franchise? And they own like a lot. They own like Spider Girl. Like there was a bunch of the They own Venom. They own what's the other
Carnage?
Yeah, Carnage. They own that. There was a whole list.
Okay. Then that's probably out of the question then.
So, but you know what movie I want to see? Paddington Bear. I
That
wanna
actually
see
looks kind of
It
entertaining.
looks really
Yeah.
good. I think it
Yeah.
looks really good. Don't you, Ryan? No, no, not interested whatsoever. Doug? No.
I'd go see it.
None of you?
gives me a hankering. For
Maybe they should just
Marmalade.
put him in Ant-Man.
That's what I'm thinking.
Then I go see it.
I'll go see that with.
I guarantee there's a tiny version of Paddington Bear somewhere in Ant-Man.
Probably.
An ant-sized
Probably.
version.
An ant-sized version.
No, don't really.
Here we go.
Don't really
20th
care.
Century Fox owns the Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, Wolverine, Cable, X-Men, Deadpool.
And they're going to butcher Fantastic Four again.
Yep.
They own.
Give it up.
They own those, and then Marvel Studios and on this Venn diagram thing, Marvel Studios and 20th Century Fox, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are across between the two. Sony Pictures, Spider-Man, Venom. That's all it shows. That's all it shows on here. Marvel, a huge group. The Power Pack. What's the Power Pack?
I think they're kids. Like that was like a comic that was for little kids.
Ghost Rider, Blade, Black Panther, Daredevil, Elektra, Cloak and Dagger, Luke Cage, Ant-Man, Doctor
Let's just
Strange,
say
Black
it's a good
Widow,
thing they got
Hulk,
Ghost Rider back.
and the whole Avengers. Universal
Yeah.
Pictures owns Namor.
Namor.
Let's not go
Namor,
there.
and then Lionsgate Entertainment owns Man Thing.
Wow.
So-
Man thing.
Swamp.
Who and Swamp Thing?
I don't know. That's a Marvel. I would assume Marvel Studios. That would be an assumption.
Swamp Thing?
Yeah. So
I thought it was Man Thing.
They're
no
two different.
Man, two different
Although
creatures.
Man Thing and Swamp Thing were created by the two different people that were roommates in college.
This is the same thing.
Pretty much.
No, it's Man
two
Thing.
different. Man Thing and Swamp Thing are two different things.
Not same thing. He was created by somebody else.
I think
What thing?
I think Alan Moore created Swamp Thing. I don't
Yeah.
know who created Man Thing though.
Al Moore did famously do Swamp Thing, but okay,
Man
Changing
Thing
gears.
versus Swamp Thing, which is a ripoff.
we're talking about this sort of thing, but I want to. The end of Guardians of the Galaxy ended with a teaser featuring a very special duck.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There's no talk to make a movie yet.
Right,
I
which
would love
I
it.
have said from the get-go that was never there for a talk that was to pay tribute to the guy that created Guardians of the Galaxy,
Right.
because he originally created.
Howard the Duck.
But if
Howard
they
the
think
Duck.
they can make money off of it, they'll make a movie.
It's true.
What about the content? What about the quality of the content that you're producing?
Why couldn't if you had the same writers and director that did Guardians of the Galaxy, I think you could make a fantastic Howard the Duck movie, and it would be just as funny and just as good.
What's the point of Howard the Duck?
It's comedic.
It would be its own standalone property.
It's a Leisure Suit Larry
Exactly.
idea of
Crass humor.
It's
just crass humor. Yeah,
it could be in a very adult oriented movie that would
which
be hysterical.
probably wouldn't fit into Disney's.
No, but
You know,
it would be
wheelhouse,
really
but-
because they would probably wouldn't
PG-13.
do that with the duck. I mean,
Yeah, well, you
because
know,
people would make the connection.
Donald
and,
and-
There's
surprised.
already one duck that doesn't wear
Yeah.
pants in the
Right.
franchise.
right. So
It's
and
not
there,
room enough for two.
there's already been a Howard the Duck movie, so they probably won't.
And it did
George
so well.
Lucas did that.
Yeah,
He did.
he did.
I don't know. Yeah, there's no talk to make one yet. It sounds like, but
I really don't.
Well,
care
I would
either
like
way.
to see maybe another.
They're gonna have to make
extended
something-
cameo, maybe like just
they're gonna have to
something
make.
like maybe in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, just another scene with him that's more like maybe a minute or two long. It's just kind of funny.
Well, the next movie is going to include some good characters, I think, because they'll have Cosmo the dog.
Nice.
Because you saw him run out he was licking the face at the end there. of the collector, and then he runs out when the building explodes, like in the movie. You see Cosmo run out. So hopefully he'll take over, and they'll take on a little different storyline. That, because I liked that in the comic books when they were going back and talking to him and stuff like that.
Well, and
that
then,
was like the run that they did in like the early 2000s or something like that. Of them,
and like Cosmo and Rocket are always going back and forth with each other.
right? Yeah. And Cosmo has this thick Russian accent since he's a Russian cosmonaut dog, and well, at least in my head, he has a thick Russian accent.
I've heard him.
If you read,
stupid squirrel.
well, if you read the way that the words are written, it comes off as a thick Russian
Raccoon.
accent.
I said squirrel. I was thinking Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Moose
Yeah,
and,
you did good.
Totally
moose
went
and
there.
squirrel.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah. How about that?
Woo.
So, yeah, no superhero movies in the Academy Awards. I don't know what was the list for. Do you guys know like the special effects or anything like that?
Nope.
You haven't seen any of that?
that.
I'll have to look that up here real fast.
I mean, does anybody really care about the Oscars anymore? Period.
What happened? I feel like they were on an upswing maybe just 3, maybe 4 years ago. It was sort of a thing, and now I just feel like
Well,
it's
now it's the
fallen back
Golden
flat.
Globes by putting obnoxious women on there to host it. You know,
You think they're obnoxious?
they can be.
I think they do a pretty good job.
I could care less.
Sometimes.
I won't watch it.
You don't watch the award shows?
I don't typically.
My wife does.
I used to watch the video game awards, although they were terrible.
Yeah, that's no bias there, but
Now, speaking of video games, did you see the news that League of Legends, their championship, the debate as to whether esports are real sports, all of that, their championship, I guess the championship match, 32 million viewers worldwide. 32
Korean.
million. It doesn't matter.
I know, but I'm
that's
just
a
saying
lot.
that
The post was like that was like multipliers more than like the World Series gets, and so just granted, yeah, it's a lot of them are probably overseas, but even in the USA, you probably still had a few million even within the United States, and with colleges now actually starting to recruit esports teams.
they do a horrible job of communicating when that stuff occurs. I think because I would have watched.
You really have to be part of the community.
Yeah.
I think.
I watch Evo every year. I like that, the fighting game
Yeah.
stuff. I like that. That stuff's insane.
Well, and then some YouTube channels have actually gotten into of helping out, sort of communicating what's going on. There's a wrap up show once a week called The Leaderboard that goes in and talks about, who did what in League of Legends this week, who did what in Dota this week, who did what in the StarCraft tiers this week, and so forth. So that's done a really good job of sort of helping me follow. But I watch Twitch almost every night, and if something's going on, I watch it. I really enjoyed the last esports sort of event that I really watched was the World of Tanks finals in was it Cologne, Germany, I think maybe. And that's just intense. You have guys sweating bullets there behind those controllers. Whether they're real sports or not, I'm still in the anti sort of. It's not. It is a different. It doesn't have to be niched. It doesn't have to be.
it can
genre.
be a gaming league, but I wouldn't consider it a sport.
It's a league. You're in a league. You're doing. I think for it to be a real sport, there does have to be some form of physical conditioning involved. And I'm not saying the reflexes that these guys have or the clicks per second or clicks per minute, that stuff's not insane. That comes with great muscle memory and practice and everything else. But I just think we need to not, it doesn't have to be pigeonholed. I don't want to compare it, but it's hard for me to compare even within leagues because the fighting tournaments are completely different than the team play you have in Dota and League of Legends or in World of Tanks. I think it's a totally different genre. We've got to find like the Madden tournaments. We got to find one that we can all agree upon is good and get 35 million people to watch it consistently. but it doesn't have to be sports. I mean, that's
What I think they should do is what they used to do back in the late 80s, early 90s, and have like those carts that Nintendo would make that have several different of their games on there, and then you'd have to do speed runs or certain
Now,
objectives.
Imagine, though, and this might take it to the sport level.
if you will.
If you had a physical space created like the Summoner's Rift, okay, but you were in it, and there's technology that would actually project all of the dangers of the game virtually in front of you.
You mean like a holodeck?
Yeah, because that's what I was reading today. Google, did you read about that? Investing $500 million in Magic Leap, which is like supposed to be the virtual reality to way beyond anything that is currently imagined. Like just
Like in that movie Gamer.
probably something like that, where they're talking about like things
Well,
like
yes.
like in the classroom. You literally could have the students with the technology, and you're learning about animals, and they could literally like be holding holding the virtual animals in their hand, and it looks completely, to you looks completely real, but it's a virtual reality of the creature. It's
So holodeck, basically.
Yeah, that's
You know what? That's something to get some legs on it. I'm guaranteeing it, because as soon as they could start making money off porn on that, then the bucks would actually start
Because
rolling.
porn
in.
sells everything.
Yeah.
It's the
Porn controls media industry.
$542 million investment
No joke.
in
Can't get porn on
cinematic
the Kindle. That's why Kindle doesn't sell.
cinematic reality.
What?
Is what they're calling it.
Can you get porn?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
It seems
wow.
like he knows.
$542 million. That's
yeah,
a lot.
it's saying it is light field technology is what they're calling it.
You gotta get Vivid Entertainment to go into it, and any of those others, and you'll be all right.
Be able to access Pornhub.
Yeah, see, and then it'll sell.
Well, I mean that's
Blu-ray.
I mean that's
because of
the
porn.
next evolution.
VHS
though.
won because of porn.
Is that why Blu-ray run?
No, Blu-ray won because of Disney.
Oh, okay.
Disney bought into it over HD DVD, and that's what was the killing point of HD DVD. And again,
I think, let's be honest, it was the name that won for Blu-ray.
no, it was
But
Disney.
no.
Disney was waiting to make a decision,
It was
and
the
they
name.
bought into Blu-ray,
It was, the
and
name.
that's what flipped it, because
It
there
was
were
the name.
so many different titles that went into it,
It was the name.
and I think porn went into it as well. So.
Um,
Porn. If you read like the history of
I
VHS and
believe it.
Data and Betamax, porn chose VHS.
Wow.
They think that's, if you look at the sales and stuff like that, they think that's what pushed VHS over the limit to beat out
Oh,
Betamax.
here's some breaking news.
Yeah,
never
you should check it out.
I'm gonna
Breaking
have to,
news
yeah.
for us.
It's
Old
it's
news.
interesting to read
Yeah.
about.
That's
Star
terrifying,
Wars.
is what that is.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Star Wars trailer number 2 arriving with Avengers 2, which I think everybody
We assumed.
assumed. Yeah, that was just broken a couple hours ago. Will include OT characters. What is OT?
Original trilogy.
Original trilogy.
Old trilogy is what I
Old
was gonna say.
trilogy.
Old trilogy.
Sorry, Mark.
Yeah.
Original.
Yeah, I think we all pretty much
We knew that
knew
was
that
coming.
was going to happen. I mean,
So-
it's logical.
All right.
I got the visual effects list here. Winners of visual effects. You guys don't care. You said you don't care about awards, so I ain't even going to talk about.
I
Name
like-
off the movies.
I
You
like
wanna know?
hearing about it. I don't like watching the
Visual
show.
effects. The movies up for best visual effects: Captain America: Winter Soldier,
There you go.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes,
There we go.
that'll
See,
win.
like now that we're starting to be like, oh wait, that movie could have been nominated for Best Picture.
I love that movie.
Go.
I don't think Dawn.
You don't
Could've
think?
been.
I would say Winter Soldier anyway.
Guardians of the Galaxy,
That movie could have been nominated for Best Picture.
Interstellar,
That movie could have been nominated for
Yeah,
Best
it,
Picture.
it could have.
X-Men: Days of Future Past.
That man maybe.
Those
I
were-
think Interstellar was a way better.
I know there has to be better movies than the ones that got nominated. Is all I'm saying.
Well, I
You
know,
haven't
but
seen
they
a
have
single
to,
one of them.
They have to keep
Because
up
I
the
don't want
mystique
to.
of these awards are prestigious and fantasy genre and sci-fi. They just don't quite rise to that level, even though Lord of
That's-
the Rings did.
There's a lot of talk of American Sniper being up for Best Picture because they've snubbed war movies like every single year.
Because who are the people that are voting for this?
I don't know.
It's not a popular vote from the census.
That's
It's the
why
Academy.
And that's one reason why they think that the Lego movie got snubbed, because it's just a really big commercial. Really. When you really think about it, the Lego movie is one big commercial.
Very well done, though.
Oh yeah.
Incredibly funny.
And it
commercial.
has heart.
But again,
The thing the only thing that Lego movie is up for is best original song for
it
everything.
just goes to show that these awards are continuing to be more and more marginalized, and people care less and less on the movie level. I think that's probably why the Golden Globes and things like that are doing better, because people the rising interest in
what
television.
won Best Picture in Golden Globes?
I don't know. Let's see.
Because it's a mesh of multiple media, isn't it? Golden Globes is, right? It's TV and
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Boyhood, Best Drama Motion Picture. Glory, Best Original Song. Let's see.
I've never heard of
George
Glory.
Clooney got the Cecil B. DeMille. Theory of Everything got Best Original Score. Best Animated Feature, How to Train Your Dragon 2. Best Musical or Comedy Motion Picture, Grand Budapest Hotel. Best Screenplay, Birdman. So like all the
such
main
a funny
movies.
movie.
Best Actor was Michael Keaton in Birdman. Let's see.
Birdman.
And a musical or comedy, Eddie Redmayne got it for
Theory of Everything?
Yeah. It was cut off. J.K. Simmons, also known as the chief on Spider-Man. What's his name?
J.J. Jonah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parker,
Yeah.
you're fired.
He won for Best Supporting Actor for Whiplash because he plays the teacher.
Parker,
in that.
you're hired.
So I saw someone talking about like
That
all
was
these
a great casting.
all these
That was, like,
superheroes,
And they
like,
kept him in
characters that were all in
one of the
there.
animated series.
They did.
Yeah, I don't. Ultimate Spider-Man, maybe he does the voice of J. Jonah Jameson.
Fargo got best miniseries on TV or film.
It was like Fargo. What that was?
The Fargo
how many
TV
years?
series. I heard it's really good.
That's old.
They're bringing back Twin Peaks. If you ever watched that,
They are?
Yeah.
And,
Really?
what's her name? The girl that got murdered.
Yeah.
She's coming back supposedly.
Like it's a new storyline for the town.
They're very vague on that because they got actors from the original show coming back.
Yeah.
But then, help me out. What's
Do
her
they
name?
have the main guy? What was his name? The main dude. Golly.
Who was the guy that did Twin Peaks? That was somebody
David
famous.
Fincher.
Yeah, that's right.
Lynch?
David
Lynch.
Lynch. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's see. What is that dude's name? The main.
Well,
he's so
he was on-
funny.
remember.
He was so funny in
Was
that.
he on? Wasn't that guy in Dune?
He played the captain on How I Met Your Mother. Kyle MacLachlan.
Yeah.
Macklin.
Yeah, he's he
Agent
was
Dale
the,
Cooper.
main character in Dune, the weird Dune movie back in the 70s with David Bowie, and was David Bowie in it? No, Sting.
Wasn't
Sting.
Patrick Stewart in that too?
Patrick Stewart was
Yeah.
in it, yes, and the weird
The spice
floating,
must flow.
the floating balloon Baron, whatever his name was.
That was a weird movie.
Yeah,
I want to watch that
Harkonnen,
documentary
Baron
called
Harkonnen.
Jodorowsky's Dune or whatever. It's a documentary on this guy that was on the verge of making a new Dune movie, or it was. I think he was going to do
Yeah.
Dune before that one got made.
That's like his first movie, Dune.
Yeah,
This
Yeah.
dude's.
I don't know. It sounds like a really good
The
movie.
Sleeper Has
It's
Awakened.
a documentary.
Have you read any of the Dune books?
I
I've
attempted
never read a Dune book.
You haven't?
Uh-uh.
I was
about-
too young to try to read them. I think I was like 10 or something.
I
and-
tried to read one here more recently. There's not many books I put down. Like I typically finish books. That and the
Wheel of Time.
sequel to Willow.
Oh,
Or
God.
the-
They made a sequel.
Shadow Moon.
Shadow Moon.
Dawn.
Oh yeah, the only
I read
the only
Shadow
two books
Moon.
I've never
I couldn't
finished.
finish Shadow Dawn.
I didn't
I
know they
just
made
like, what
another.
is going on?
Yeah, I couldn't-
Willow's like not called Willow anymore. He's like the Thunder Bob or something, and everybody's dead except Laura Dannon, who's now grown up and fat and mean and
mean and grumpy.
and it's just like, what is
Spoiled
going
brat.
on? So
My
yeah.
mind just exploded.
yeah, don't worry.
I won't read it.
It's
Yeah.
not good. Yeah, I don't know. I just know that there's people out there that really get into Dune, and I don't know who those people are.
I watched the sci-fi movie that came out like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
That was my first Dune.
It was actually, I think, better than the original.
And then this past summer I rented the original Dune movie. So
Yeah.
that's my only
Where do you rent movies from now?
usually the TV or Amazon.
Traitor.
Did you see Family Video here in town's getting a pizza place in it?
Really?
And you can order a delivery pizza, not us, of course, because we're way too far away from it, but also get a movie rental with it. So they bring you pizza in the movie.
That's
so they've
cool.
turned into a pizza joint.
Huh?
They're turning into a pizza joint.
Yeah.
Say it again.
A pizza joint.
It didn't sound like you said pizza joint. It
I
sounded
knew
like
it-
Pizza.
pizza.
I knew what he was
Pizza
trying to
joint.
say.
Pizza. A
Yeah.
pizza joint.
So no, yeah, it'll be. I don't know. It's like I can't remember the name of the pizza place, but it's It's some
Speaking-
Italian name pizza place, like Marco's Pizza or something like
Marco's
that.
Pizza is not a bad pizza. I've had Marco's Pizza before.
Yeah, that's a
It's pretty good.
fairly well-known chain.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never
maybe
heard of
it's
it.
not, maybe
I've
it's,
had it.
Maybe it's
I've had
Mario's Pizza or Luigi's Pizza or I don't know
Toad's Pizza.
Koopa's Pizza.
Koopa's Pizza is not bad.
Yeah.
Does anybody
Hey,
own
no.
Koopa?
Speaking of Doug mispronouncing words, I have to tell you this really funny story about my kid. I know I don't like to do a lot of kid stories, but
Oh, you're fine.
It's my daughter on this one. We were doing a puzzle right before we come down here.
Right.
And it's the puzzle of the alphabet. It's like one train car is one letter. And we're working through it. Every time she'd get to the next letter, she would sing the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. We get to L. And she can't find the Ellum.
Ellum.
Ellum. Where's the Ellum, Daddy? Where's the Ellum? I was like, what are you talking about? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, Ellum.
That's great.
Zoe, you mean L. And she got so mortified. She was like, she seriously had this look on her face like, I've been doing it wrong all these years.
Does the piece have L and M
No,
both
it
on
just
it?
says L on it.
Just L?
I guess it would have been Ellum and then M, but you know,
It's just how she says it. She thought it was
Ellum,
one.
M, N, O. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she gets so embarrassed, she got mad. She like threw the puzzle piece, she ran away. I had to calm her down a little bit, and I was like, "What's wrong? Just say the alphabet with me." And she was like, adamant she was never going to do it again. And then I left to come record the show. I'm sure my wife got it fixed up, but
Good.
Doug saying the
Good thing you're on time.
go make a pizza joint.
Blah, 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 blah.
Go make a pizza joint. Made me think of ABC Ellum. All right. This has been a pretty good break, and I feel like I feel like my insulin has kind of come down a little bit.
Well, Ryan, that's
And-
because you'll find out next week.
Thanks, Doug. That's exactly what
I
we're
want
talking
to stress again. We need your beginning weight. I guess not a photo. Beginning weight sent to us.
Yes.
Either through Facebook or buffalobrotherhood@gmail.com. We need that by the 21st of January, and then the last photo by March 18th. You know, or I mean, if you want to give it to us earlier than that, then close
Shirts
the gap,
on, guys.
close the gap down, the weight,
I wanna
whatever you
see
want to do.
pasty
But
stomachs.
but
I've never
by
seen daylight.
the 21st of January, we need the first photo or just the weight sent to us Facebook or buffalobrotherhood@gmail.com, and the last photo by March 18th. I'm gonna post my weekly weight on the Facebook page. Are you guys
Weekly
going to be
weight.
doing the same?
Huh? It may
I
not
don't-
be weekly, but
I'm
I mean, it'll be up.
doing it weekly.
I'm doing constant.
I'm
updates.
making the commitment to post it
I mean,
high
I
or
don't
low.
want to. I don't want to bombard the feed of people with pictures of our weight, but
Why not? It's a
well,
contest.
not daily. Weekly's okay, but not
Weekly.
daily.
Yeah.
daily. I lost 3/8 of a pound today, guys.
In it,
Yeah.
So, I'm going to be doing that. I don't know about you guys, but I think it'll be fun to do that. And
Can other people do it too?
they can do it too. Anybody can do it. They can post
Great.
whatever they want.
Great.
So also give us some feedback on the website, BuffaloBrotherhood.com.
We have gotten some feedback, and we're
We've
going to
got
be
some.
looking at making some changes. But
Right. We got some
And
things to
subscribe to the YouTube channel.
subscribe to the YouTube channel.
and the Twitter.
I'm going to try to get it to where we're posting the YouTube through the page as well. We can actually set up another page to have all of our YouTube videos linked on it and do those as well. So
Cool.
we'll have that as an option as well.
Cool. You can find us at facebook.com/Buffalo Brotherhood, or you can find us on our domain or our homepage, the central hub of all that it is, the BOBcast, at thebuffalobrotherhood.com. You can follow me at buffalocast.com. That's right. You can follow the show at BOBcast Nation on Twitter.
Yes.
You can follow Mikey at FooMan2 on Twitter. And you can follow Derek at Ninja Eye Pinky Spy. Close, right?
Cutie Pie Ninja Spy.
Cute Eye Ninja Spy.
Oh, Cute Eye
Eye
Ninja Spy.
You follow, and I will say that Derek, you do a fabulous job of keeping me entertained on Facebook. If you guys are not friends or don't like Derek's page, you need to, because
He remembered how to poop.
he remembered how to poop.
I did.
It's just he needs to be linking everything
Yeah.
he does through our Twitter feed or something. We got to get him to do Twitter for us, guys.
Well, thank you.
Because it makes it very enjoyable to check it on Facebook. Like the YouTube
Yeah.
videos. Leave comments, subscribe, let us know what we're doing. We know we got some lighting issues we're working on. We have faces for radio, Jeff Hansard. It's all right. It's all fun. We just want to make sure that you guys have enough you can ease of access, right? We want as few as clicks as possible between where you are right now and getting this beautiful voice of Doug's. Give me
That's
some Doug.
right.
Give me some bass, Doug.
Could have given a contender rock.
That beautiful voice of Doug's deep into your ear holes. So,
Oh, yeah.
even better. Send us an email,
What have we
buffalobrotherhood@gmail.com.
here?
Join the weight loss challenge. Become the biggest loser in the lodge. I'm out, man. I'm done.
That's it.
Spent.
BuffaloBrotherhood.com.
That's right.
Buffalo Brotherhood.
Buffalo Brotherhood. Thanks for coming on, Derek.
Hey, you're welcome.
Hey, thanks for flying all the way in just
Yeah.
for today, bud.
Yeah.
Thanks
We
for running
appreciate
the
it.
board, Mike.
We got it. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to lose weight. I can't wait. Come listen to next week's show. It's going to be fantastic. Woo! See you guys.